Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back once more. I hope you're not tired yet. Okay? معلش I know that it takes a lot of endurance and a lot of patience to take these this couple of hours. But I hope and hopefully, inshallah, these couple of hours will be very beneficial to you and you'll be able to get the best out of it. All right? So now let's wrap everything up. The last session was about what? Who can tell me? What was the last session about?
I spoke in the duties of doctor with his patients.
Yes. No, I mean the wrap up means the summary, yeah, Muhammad, the summary of the presentation or the summary of my explanation. What did you understand from my session?
From my session, I understood that each paragraph has supporting ones.
Supporting details.
Supporting means explaining and expanding the sentence, explaining idea, and support it with real example from our real life we live.
That's good.
Or yes, or any model we see.
Any statistics or studies, right? That's so good.
Yes.
Ahmed, would you please summarize what you understand from the last session? How?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
To top it all off, we can say that one of the major important or the important things in writing that you should be well organized by creating an idea and supporting this idea with supporting ideas and supporting things, then give an examples. Yeah, details and give an examples regardless the real.
سؤال واحد بسيط، هو أنا ينفع أقول an examples؟
An example an example.
No.
الexample واحد بس.
Example single.
Examples is a plural word. So you cannot choose a or an before the plural noun. Okay? Watch out because you said an examples. So continue, please.
Okay. This is exactly what I need. Someone stop me and tell me that you are wrong, and I will play back and I will say and support our ideas or support our ideas with examples.
The sound.
Regardless.
The sound يا قمحاوي. The sound with.
Yeah.
Yes.
With examples.
خليني أقول لك على حاجة معلش. In order to be used to pronouncing the and the sound, you need to watch yourself while talking. And you need to be very much focused and concentrating in what you're pronouncing or speaking out. Okay? Please watch your words. Watch your the and the sound. Before you sleep, I want you please to keep on saying, for example, any sentence that has the and the. 3 thieves stole the, for example, the thunder. So 3 thieves were scared because of the thunder. Okay? Keep on saying and repeating this sentence. That would help you a lot, by the way. Okay? 3 thieves were scared because of the thunder.
Okay. Write it down? Oh.
Yes, please write it down. That's fine.
I'm afraid that my wife is going to complain about you.
That would be fine. Just let me talk to her and she will understand everything quite quickly.
He's going to tell you that you are making him mad.
Yes, yes. I need you guys to speak to yourselves in this very upcoming period as much as possible. Speaking to yourself would help you a lot. Even if you're not used to this, please keep on talking, but talk loudly in English. And you know what, Howie, you better use this mobile all the time. Record for yourself. Once you record and you start listening to your recording, I bet that you yourself will be able to spot your mistakes. Because when you listen to yourself, you will get the feeling that you're listening to someone else. You can easily spot your mistakes at that time. Okay?
Yeah.
Yalla, to wrap it up or to conclude. Malish, you forgot? I'm sorry.
I'm facing problem with concentration and with those interruptions. I can, but let me give me 1 minute.
I'm really sorry. I'm not going to interrupt.
No.
I'll write down your mistakes and then I will comment at the end.
No. This is good. I need this type of interruptions, and I need to exercise also how to concentrate.
Sure.
Regardless interruptions, because maybe the environment of the exam, I will be surrounded by another test taker. I will be alone.
No. You'll be surrounded with other test takers, but everything will be very quiet.
Yeah,
very
I hope so.
Quiet. Yeah. Too quiet. Don't worry about it. No noise is allowed there.
Yeah.
So
we stopped at that. Giving examples, regardless it's true or it's a lies, or I'm going to make it up, as you said, and that's it. But we need to practice on evolving this strategy and apply it in writing down.
Tell you the truth, I love your vocabulary. Your vocabulary range is really high. And this is one of the most important things that you will take your average up. So please, that is a very good thing that you're using very high range of vocabulary. Excellent, I know. But you need to focus mainly on your grammar mistakes. The grammar is what really matters now, okay? Because you have a lot of grammar mistakes. Mainly, Muhammad, I think that you need to learn the lesson of subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement. This lesson is quite important for you to learn, okay? Have you ever heard about subject-verb agreement? Muhammad?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
I thought you're talking to Muhammad because...
No, sorry. I sometimes mess up between Ahmed and Muhammad. Okay. The three of you guys are Ahmed and Muhammad, so I get sometimes confused.
By the way, it's only me and you in the room.
Yes, I know. So again...
Subject-verb
yes.
agreement.
Yes. Have you ever heard about it?
I'm afraid it's the first time to me to hear about it. Maybe once upon a time, maybe I study it, but I cannot remember it right now.
Oh, okay.
Because you know that maybe you are talking in the right way. I'm speaking about myself. Maybe I'm talking in the right way, grammatically, but to know the name or the title of this grammatical rule, I don't know it. This is your major, and this is your field.
Yes, great. So, Ahmed, can I ask you another question? Have you traveled abroad before?
Actually, no. It's Kafr al-Sheikh and Saudi, no more.
Only? Okay. How did you gain your language?
Maybe because I was in an English language school.
Oh.
And I like it. My father also is fluent in English, and he used to speak with us in English. My mother also. They was trying to improve our language inside the family, I mean.
Okay. That sounds great. Okay. So it's some kind of genes All right, it's some kind of genes because father and mother are in love with languages, so you started to be as good as your parents, right? Okay,
Thanks, many
welcome back.
thanks.
Oh, you're very much welcome. Welcome back, Ahmed. How are you? Where have you been? Hello, Ahmed.
Hello?
Hi, how are you? Oh, now you're in
Hi.
your car.
Yes.
Okay, so what
My,
happened?
my, I think my internet connection is down. I,
So,
I go to
okay, so you decided to complete your lesson in your car?
envoy. Yes.
Okay, great. I appreciate it. All right. I hope your wife doesn't complain because you prefer to leave your house because of the class. Okay. Forgive
No,
me,
no,
please.
no.
He's
Oh,
single, he said.
oh yeah, he's single. Oh, great. That's good news. That is very
No,
good
no.
news. Okay. So now I think I will start my first lesson with you. The first grammar lesson with you or the first vocabulary lesson with you, whatever you prefer. I think that the first vocabulary lesson would be very good to start to implement this lesson or to start to apply whatever we are going to learn in the IELTS as well, okay? By the way, for the ebooks that you're going to use now, I will support you with all the materials that we will need to download. Also, you will need to get the Cambridge books, 8 to 12 books. Cambridge, 8 to 12. I will provide you with the ebooks copies, but again, I think that you will need to have the hard copies as well, not only the soft. Okay? Also, we'll use two books which are Collins books. Collins IELTS Vocabulary and Collins IELTS Grammar. And why do I choose these two books, the Collins books? Because they relate every topic to the IELTS test. So if you're taking an IELTS vocabulary lesson, then they will give you some exercises, listening exercises, reading exercises, and writing exercises, okay? So they relate every and each lesson to the IELTS exam. You got me now? Okay, now I will share my screen with you so that we can see the lesson together. Bismillah. Here we go. So, guys, can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. A minute, please. Okay, here we go. Share screen. All right, I think that you can see my screen right now, right? Okay, here,
Yes.
Collins Vocabulary. Here is my book, which is Collins English for Exams, Vocabulary for IELTS. Okay, and again to the question that most of my applicants ask, why do we use this book? It's mainly to boost your vocabulary level and to enable you to build a good foundation of the English language. Here you will have a look at the topics that we're going to learn: people and relationships, health, education, adventure, gadgets, cities, the art of persuasion, getting involved, global warming. And then we'll have a revision. This is revision 1 on the 9 lessons that we had before. And then we'll go ahead with other lessons that are related to the most frequent topics that usually come in the IELTS exam. All right? If you notice here, moving to the vocabulary, they wrote what we're going to learn: nouns for people and relationships, adjectives, and describe the characters. The skill that you're going to learn is the listening skill. The sub-skills that you're going to learn is recognizing adjectives from their endings, working out the meaning of words from listening context. Exam practice, listening, speaking 4 or section 4 in MCQs. This is page number 6. Now why do I do this? Because I want you to understand what you're going to learn. Okay? So now starting with the first lesson. Here is the first lesson that we're going to learn about. What's the title? Ahmed Meher. What's the title of the lesson, Meher?
People and relationship.
All right, so describing people. We'll learn how to describe people, recognizing adjectives, working out meaning from context. Here we'll get the vocabulary, and in the vocabulary we'll know people in relationships. What are the relationships that might make a bond between people? And here you will have describing people. These are some adjectives by which you can describe people around you. Okay, and some verbs that are related to describing people. And finally, we'll have some exercises, as you may see, listening exercises. Matching, number 1 is a matching exercise. Number 2 is a listening exercise. Number 3 again, and 4, 5, keep on going. These are all listening exercises until we finish the lesson and we move to the health lesson. By here, you will get to understand why do I show you the whole lesson, because I just want you to be familiar with the book and to get to know that the book joins all the topics together. So now we're going to learn vocabulary, but we won't learn vocabulary like words, because if you learn vocabulary in words, you will forget it as soon as possible. You have to learn the vocabulary in context or within context in sentences. That way, you would never forget the word and you would never forget how to use it. Okay? So, we'll do this as fast as possible because I want you guys to, once we learn these words, we'll move to the exercises. All right? So be ready. People in relationships. I want you, Ahmed, to start reading. Hamhawi. I can't hear you. Your microphone is muted. Hamhawi, your microphone is muted. Please unmute it. Yes.
Yeah, let's start over again.
Yes, people in relationships.
Yeah, people in relationships. Clients. Noun, a client of a professional person or organization.
No, just a minute. You say noun and then you stop, because this is the part of speech. Have you ever heard about the parts of speech? A part of speech means, like in Arabic, فعل, فاعل, مفعول به, اسم, حرف, okay? So the part of speech here is a noun. We have nouns. In the English language, we have nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, interjections, and many other parts of speech, okay? So here, client is a noun, and you stop because you're telling us what part of speech is it. And the definition is a client of a professional person or organization is a person that receives service from them in return for payment. So again, what's a client? A client is someone who pays for a certain service. And if you look here at this dot or at this bullet, we call it a bullet. This bullet is showing that this is an example. So the company requires clients to pay substantial fees in advance. So here, this is the word client in the sentence to teach us how to use this word in the sentence. All right? Yalla, let's move to number 2. Colleagues. Meher?
Colleagues. Noun, your colleagues are the people you work
Now you
with.
say noun and then you stop. Noun.
Now, your colleagues are the people you work with, especially in a professional job. Female academic are still paid
Example.
less. Sorry?
Say example. When you see this dot or bullet, you have to say example.
Example? Yes, I guessed.
Continue.
Female academic are still paid less than their male colleagues.
Okay. So,
Example?
yes, example 2.
Example 2. In the corporate world, the best source of business are you former colleagues.
Are your former colleagues. Former means your previous colleagues, the colleagues that you had before in the school and in your university. Former means previous. So in the corporate world, in the business world, the best sources of business are your former colleagues. You have to look in your previous colleagues that you had, and then you will start your business with. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so colleagues is a noun. The word colleague is your friends. Colleagues, the people you used to work with. Friends at work or friends in the study. These are your colleagues. Number 3, employer. Employer and employee. You guys work in companies, right?
Yeah.
So are you employers or employees?
Employees.
You're an employee, very good. And the employer or employers, an employer is the
company.
person or, yes, very good. The person or organization that you work for. Employers who hire illegal workers. Malish, this sentence is a fragment. It's an incomplete sentence, but you can complete it. The telephone company is the country's largest employer. So an employer is the company in where or which you work at, and you guys are employees. Then we'll have the word parent because this is some kind of a relationship between us. So the relationship between me and another person, he could be my client, my colleague, my employer, my parent. Parents are your father and mother. Children need their parents. When you become a parent, the things you once cared about seem to have less value. Or this person could be your siblings. Do you guys know what's a sibling? Sibling is your brothers and sisters. Your siblings are your brothers and sisters. And it's a formal word. So, for example,
It's also
yes.
we can say in Arabic قرينة.
أقران.
Yes, that's قران صح.
أقران, yes, قرين. Okay. قرين, that's a different issue, I think. Yes.
جن وعفاريت وحاجات كده سوري.
Yes, this scary stuff. Okay, so أقرانك أيوة صح. وطبعا أقران تنفع كمان يعني الأصدقاء والزملاء في العمل أو في المدرسة. So the word siblings are your brothers and sisters. Some students have found that children are more friendly to younger siblings of the same sex. Siblings rivalry often causes parents an anxiety. الإكزامبل ده شوية صعب وفي ناس بتلاقيه صعب قوي. Siblings rivalry. عارفين rivalry إن أنت تبقى حاطط راسك براس أخوك يفضلوا
competition.
بعد كده؟ هي دي rivalry.
competition.
Yes, very good. When you compete someone to reach, but a positive competition. Very good. So often causes parents an anxiety. And anxiety means the feeling of being uncomfortable. Okay? The feeling of being uncomfortable. يعني الإحساس بالتوتر والقلق. شوف another word which is the word spouse. And the plural of spouse is spouses. Your spouse is your husband or your wife. Both of them are spouses. Okay? So في contract مثلا when you will come to Saudi Arabia or when you are coming to Saudi Arabia, they said that you will have all the right to bring your spouse and your sponsors to the kingdom. مش كده؟ So spouse is the person you're married to. If she's a lady, then her spouse is her husband. If he's a gentleman, then his spouse will be his wife. So husbands and wives do not have to pay any inheritance tax when their spouse dies. When their spouse dies, this happens in America. You don't have to pay any inheritance tax. Then we'll move to the describing people. When you guys want to describe the people around you, you can use.
What does it mean inheritance?
Inheritance يعني الميراث.
ميراث.
Yes. Inheritance, when you inherit something, you take it after their death. All right? Or when you inherit a personal trait from your father, for example, like the blue eyes, then this means that it moved or it transferred from one generation to another. Okay? So for example, I can say that I inherited the black hair from my mother, dark black hair from my mother. I inherited the blue eyes from my father. So let's move to describing people. If you want to describe people around you, you can use the word autonomous. Autonomous. And this is an adjective. An autonomous person makes their own decisions rather than being influenced by someone else. Okay? يعني شخص مستقل كده بدماغه ويعني he or she makes her own decisions. A dominant person. You can say that
Autonomy.
she is a dominant person. Yes. They proudly declare themselves part of a new autonomous province. وprovince هنا معناها مقاطعة. في ساعات some provinces يقول لك معلش we do not belong to this country. We want to have a dominant government, for example.
Like Catalonia. Catalonia in Spain.
Very good. صح. They started to be or they want to be an autonomous province. Excellent. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. Well done, يا أحمد. The liberal idea of the autonomous individual. يعني برضو it's a fragment sentence that doesn't make a big sense to me. Let's move to the next sentence, which is consistent. Consistent. It's an adjective. Someone who's consistent always behaves in the same way, has the same attitudes towards people or things, or achieves the same level of success in something. So, for example, if you have an obedient child, so you can say that, and he obeys your rules and your instructions all the time, then you can call him a consistent boy or a consistent girl. Why? Because they behave in the same way all the time. Okay? Becker has never been the most consistent of players anyway. This means that he's never followed the same rule every time. His consistent support of free trade, or a consistent character with a major thematic function. Okay?
Is it relevant to the consistency?
Yes, very good. Consistency is the noun. Consistency. When someone has consistency, this means that, again, he keeps on doing the same thing over and over again. They have the patience and the endurance to keep on doing the same thing in the same manner. Okay? Consistency يعني حد عنده صبر أو مثابرة على شيء. So a consistent person.
What about القوامة, the consistency?
It can be the same thing. Consistency could be القوامة. ما شاء الله. You're so good at Arabic too, Ahmed.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, are you Azhari? Have you received your education in Azhar? No.
No.
Great. So I think that you're a good Quran reader. Are you?
In somehow, yeah, you can say so.
Okay, that's amazing. All right. So quickly, we'll have to move because all we have now is 9 minutes to finish. We'll have conventional as an adjective. Someone who's conventional has behavior and opinion that are ordinary and very normal. A respectable married woman with a conventional opinions. So a conventional person is a person who has ordinary. Like you can say, for example, my mom is a very conventional lady. معناها شخص تقليدي جدا وما بيخرجش عن حدود الطبيعي يعني. Okay? Conventional person. My wife is a very conventional lady. يعني she's never rebellious and she never opposes any of my decisions. Okay? She's obedient and she's good all the time. All right? Then we'll have the word cooperative. أو cooperative. The first word is pronounced as cooperative, and the second one is cooperative. An adjective, if you say someone is a cooperative, you mean that they do what you ask them without complaining or arguing. So a cooperative person يعني supportive person. شخص بيمد يد المساعدة لمن يحتاج. Cooperative person. بيساعد يعني. Yes. Yes. The president said the visit would develop friendly and cooperative relations between the two countries. Okay? A contented and cooperative workforce. Then we'll have the word efficient. Efficient, it's an adjective. If something or someone is efficient, they are able to do tasks successfully. Efficient معناها شخص كفء. We'll have the word flexible. When you're flexible, you can change your mind easily and adapt to different conditions. شخص يعني flexible معناها شخص مرن and can change his or her mind easily. We encourage flexible work. An idealistic person. You can call your parent, for example, to be an idealistic person when you mean that they have ideals and they base their behavior on these ideals. يعني شخص مثالي. He wants to do everything in a perfect way. This is an idealistic person. We'll have the word tolerant. When you describe someone as a tolerant, you approve the fact that they allow other people to say or do as they like, even if they do not agree with or like it. Okay? Yani when you are a tolerant person, okay, then you approve that they allow other people to say or do they like, even if they agree or don't agree. So what's a tolerant person? Tolerant person. Can you guess?
Tolerant person is the one who is accepting or accepting varieties in his life.
The opposite.
Sorry?
It's the opposite. A tolerant person, when you call Muhammad or Ahmed as a tolerant person, then you approve that he allows other people to say or do as they like. So come on, it's okay. I'm a tolerant person. This means that Ahmed somehow he wants to do something, do it. Then that's fine for me. I don't mind if you do whatever you would like to do it, the way you would like to do it too. Okay? يعني شخص سمح. In Arabic عنده سماحة يعني.
محايد ممكن.
It's more like سمح. يعني when you do not oblige anyone to do anything. You don't impose your opinion on someone. خلاص يعني that's okay. If you would like to do it this way, then do it. Tolerant person. Then we'll have the word vulnerable. A vulnerable person is a weak and without protection, with the result that they may easily hurt physically or emotionally. You guys agree with me that ladies or females are more vulnerable than males? Vulnerable معناهم very weak and they are very easily hurt. Yes? So, did you get the meaning?
مرهف.
Yes, مرهف الحس. Okay, you're so good at translating. Okay, yes, يعني شخص حساس جدا ومرهف الحس. صح. So physically or emotionally. تعالوا نشوف الexample وأعتقد this example is very clear. Old people are particularly vulnerable members of the society. So if you have your grandfather, for example, who is living with you in the same house, you will find out that he would never allow many students to be around him for a long time. Otherwise, he will start on shouting because he's such a vulnerable place. Or he may start crying whenever someone speaks to him in a bad way. Yeah, why? Because he's psychologically weak. So old people are particularly vulnerable members of the society. Okay, now I will ask you please to answer question number 1. Quickly. Your paper and a pen, please. Meher, do you have your paper and pen with you in the car?
No.
You don't. Okay. So,
ثانية واحدة.
Done.
great. So now, how you tell me what are the words that you associate with family relationships?
B, parent, C, sibling, E, spouse, and that's it.
Thank you. And what about the professional relationships? Meher, can you hear me?
No, I can't.
Would you please tell me what are the words that you can associate to professional relationships?
Professional relationships.
Yes, please.
I can't understand.
Okay, so these words are divided into family relationships like parent, sibling, or spouse. These are family members, right? Or professional, like in your profession or in your job. Which words or which relationships can you relate to the jobs? The word client, could it be? A client could be a business relationship. Ahmed?
I don't know.
Ahmed, can you hear me? Yes?
Yes, I can hear you, but I don't know.
Okay, the word client, when you have a client, so this client is paying you money for a certain service, right?
Yes.
So it is related in a way to your professional relationship. So we'll have client, what else, Qamhawi?
Client and colleague and employer.
Excellent. Client, colleague, and employer. All right, I will give you this book because we'll have this home assignment today. Your home assignment is this book, Collins Vocabulary Book, pages 7 to 9. Okay? You will do this assignment and you will check it. At the end of the book, you will find the model answers and you will tell me what was your score, please. All right? Send it to me on the WhatsApp group that we just created yesterday. Then I will see you, inshallah. What's today? Today is Saturday. I will see you on Tuesday at 7. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Fine.
All right, 7 to 9, inshallah, on Tuesday. See you guys. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed my class today.
The last question.
Yes,
Thanks
sure.
for.
How can we download this book?
I will send you the link right now after we finish the session. Yes, Ahmed?
Okay.
And Howie?
But regarding our time frame, I mean, do we have a plan? Do we have a schedule, a written one? Because I want to stick to it. I want to put it. I want to print it out and put it in front of me all the time to see the progress, to see what